What's up, guys? It's New Comic Book Day, and it is January 8th, 2020, and I'm talking about the new comic books that I picked up coming up next. What's up, comic book fans? My name is Bruce Monroe, and welcome to the channel. And that's right, we're doing another episode of Comic Book Reviews, my weekly series where I bring you my thoughts and my reviews on the comic books that I picked up on New Comic Book Day, the best day of the week. And today is January 8th, 2020. Today was a pretty solid week in books. I picked up 12 books in total. I read 10. One of the books was from, I think, last month. And I didn't want to read the book that came out today until I read that book. I didn't have time to read both. So I have 10 awesome reviews for you guys. Yeah, let's not waste any time and jump right into the reviews. And first up, we have Batman number 86. That's right, we are starting the James Tynion run on Batman. So this is written by James Tynion IV and art by Tony S. Daniel, the great Tony S. Daniel, by the way. The art in this book was amazing. And the story was a solid start. It wasn't shocking and mind-blowing, which is not a bad thing at all. I wasn't really expecting that from this run. I love James Tynion's writing. If you guys have been watching this channel at all, you know that. He's written so many good books. He's writing Justice League Dark, which I absolutely love. Something is Killing the Children, which I absolutely love. There's just so much good content by him. But this was a nice, solid start to his story. Taking a lot of what Tom King did in setting up the new status quo. Setting up the new world, or the new Gotham, that Batman is going to be building, or Bruce Wayne is going to be building. There was Selena Kyle in this. There was Lucius Fox, which is the new Alfred in this. Yeah, there was just a lot of really good things and a really great elements to the story. There is an absolutely fantastic start to this book, and Tony S. Daniel's art is absolutely stunning from beginning to end. So this is, if you did not like Tom King's run on Batman, I think you guys are going to really, really enjoy this book. So I highly suggest you guys pick this book up. And also, if you haven't been reading Batman and you want to get into it, this is a great jumping in point. This is an 8 out of 10 for me. Great read and a must pick up for everyone, I would say. Because this is a great jumping in point to the new Batman run. Get in now while the getting is good. All right, next up, another Batman book. We have Batman in the Outsiders, number 9. This is written by Brian Hill and art by Dexter Soy. I've said it before, I'll say it again. This is a solid, solid book. It's never fantastic, but it's never terrible. It's always this just solid, good story. Some are better than others, but this was one of the better issues. I don't want to spoil too much, but Black Lightning loses... the main villain in this story ends up killing one of Black Lightning's people closest to him in his personal life. And that strikes a chord within him, and it leads to a good story and a good building points to other characters in the book. There were some other characters, Signal and Orphan were off doing their own thing, and Batman comes and is like, no, 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 you shouldn't be doing that, which is a really cool moment. So yeah, there's just some really good elements in this book, and I'm really, really enjoying this issue. I would rate this probably like a 7.5 out of 10, which is a pretty high number for this book. But overall, solid read. Like I said, it just continues to be solid, and I absolutely love Dexter Soy's work in this book. Let's see if I can find a good double page spread with some action in it. Probably not gonna... Oh yeah, Superman was in this book. I'll just show you that at the very end, and he comes in to like kind of like scold Batman, which was pretty hot. But yeah, again, this is also dealing with the aftermath of what happened in Tom King's Batman run. So it's really cool that all that is trickling down throughout all the books in the DC universe. So another solid book, 7.5 out of 10. Not a great jumping in point because this is a number 9, but overall, solid, solid book. Next up, we have Young Justice number 12. This is written by the great Brian Michael Bendis and art by John Timms. John Tim's art continues to be a selling point in this book. It's a his pencil work is great, and it fits these characters so well. The story was definitely really wordy. Took a while to get chew through this book, but overall, solid. Give it a 7. Not an 8, not a 7.5. It's definitely a 7, mainly because not too much happened. It seemed to be like a lot of building blocks for what's going to happen next. I did really enjoy what happened to Superboy in this issue. That was probably the highlight. Everything else just was like, to me, like setting things up for the next book or so. Not bad at all. Like I said, John Tim's art is absolutely stunning in this book. And the Young Justice team grew by, I don't know, 5 characters in this. We have the Wonder Twins. We have the Dial H kids that joined this, which I know very little about them. I know very little about the Wonder Twins as well, especially this new version that Brian Michael Bendis is bringing in. They brought in Warlord, whoever Warlord is. Don't know who that is. But a lot of interesting things happen in this book. Like I said, a solid 7 out of 10. Not a great jumping in point because you probably want to read all 12 issues to really get a full understanding of what's going on in this book. But again, solid read. All right. This book is amazing. It continues to be so good. This is Ascender number 8, written by Jeff Lemire and art by the great Dustin Gwynn. And yeah, this issue was fan-frickin-tastic. The previous issue dealt with 2 characters that were really introduced just like 2 issues ago. Maybe issues, this is 8, 7, 6 or 5. But this gets back to the main cast of the father and daughter. But also goes in a lot more. It goes back, has a lot to do with Mother, who is the main villain. So stuff happens for her. Stuff with the vamps, which are vampires. Just overall, a really solid issue. I would give this an 8 out of 10. I really enjoy this book. If you're not following me on Instagram, I was behind. I hadn't read book 7 from the previous month. I just read that, I think, on Monday or Tuesday, but I posted my review on that on Instagram. Such a good book. But yeah. Some of the artwork. Trying to get this glare. There we go. But overall, again, 8 out of 10. The writing is amazing. It's Jeff Lemire doing his best work. Dustin Gwynn just crushing it on art and pencils. So, super enjoyable book. It's fantasy. It's got dragons and vampires and witches, but also has this awesome technology element. So, super fun book. It follows a father and daughter, and then her mother in this issue comes back. Super fun. All right. This book, I will admit, I didn't understand the ending completely. Excuse me. I'm having a beer, so I'm a little burpy. Blue Point Toasted Lager for those who care. But, so this is Strange Skies over East Berlin. I believe this is the final issue of the book. This is written by Jeff Loveless and art by Lisandro Estrin. Totally butchered that, but this cover is absolutely sick. I love this book. What I didn't understand the ending is I think there's definitely a meaning to what was being written that I fully didn't understand. I think I need to read this book 1 or 2 more times to really let it sink in. Every Wednesday I am rushing through 10 to 12, sometimes 17 books, and I don't have a lot of time to think and actually grasp what is happening in some of these books that definitely have deeper meanings, and this was one of them. But overall, the ending to the story was great. This was a really good book that definitely could be read into more than just the type on the pages in the amazing illustrations on each panel and each page. This is some of the artwork. Again, overall, man, the glare today is crazy. Overall, just an amazing book. Definitely going to give this another read, try to get deeper meaning out of it. I would say a 7 out of 10. A solid read. Not amazing, but definitely a solid read, and definitely great for anyone who's not into superhero books. All right, this is the long-awaited Deadpool number 2. This is written by Kelly Thompson and art by Chris Bacalo. Amazing, really good book. 7.5 out of 10. just start right there with my review number. The art is off the chain. Like Chris Bachalo, I've said it before, I'll say it again, one of my favorite artists, and I'm so glad. I gotta figure out how to get closer so I can show you guys some of this art without the glare. But I'll figure that out later, or another video. But again, hopefully you guys were able to see some of that art, because it is just 2-page spread after 2-page spread. It is so good. And the art, or the story was definitely picking up in this issue. I like where they're going with it. I love that Deadpool is trying to actually be the king of monster Staten Island, which is really cool. He's trying to do good by these monsters because he now sees himself as a monster. And so he sees that people have done him injustice just because of the way he looks. And so now he's trying to help these monsters. We had also Bloodstone in this, doing some great things. We also got Kraven, the new Kraven, because the old Kraven died, and one of his cloned sons is now the new Kraven, who's now young again, of course. Now we get a young Kraven. Yeah, lots of good things happen in this issue. I really enjoyed the story more than the first issue because there's a lot more to it. I hope there's still more. Because I think there can be, and hopefully there is. Hopefully this is not the only story. Hopefully there's some more elements that go on in this. So, excellent story. Really enjoyed it. 8 out of 10. And I think you guys should be picking this up, even though issues 3, 4, and 5, I believe, are also delayed more. So we won't be getting the next issue for a while, but pick up issues 1 and 2. It was really, really enjoyable. Next up, we get The End, Miles Morales, #1. This is written by Saladin Ahmed. Probably butchered that. I apologize. And art by Damian Scott. I did not like this issue. I'm going to come around and say it. I'm going to say that this was like a 4 for me. It was just really weak storytelling for what could have been an amazing story. This is a story about like way in the future when Miles Morales is old, and it just felt like a reworked story that's already been told to be fit into this mold of an old man, Miles Morales, and it was just weak. I didn't enjoy a single page of it. This was a bad comic for me. I regret picking this up. The artwork is okay. There's pages of it that are decent, but overall it's a very cartoony look to the... Let's see if it's over here maybe is better. Hopefully you guys can see that. But overall, I did not like this book at all. I'm not going to suggest you guys pick it up. I'm not going to sit here and bash the writer and the artist. I personally didn't like it. Hopefully some people out there, you guys enjoy it, but me, do not pick this book up. I cannot suggest anyone pick this book up. It's a waste of your money. Next up, a great book. New Mutants, #5, written by Jonathan Hickman and art by Rod Reis. Amazing book. I didn't really like 4, but part of that is because I didn't read 3. I thought I missed it, I guess, and then I picked up 4 thinking I had read 3, and I was a little lost. But this goes back to the main cast of New Mutants, back out in space, dealing with the Shi'ar Empire and everything that's going on with them. And just amazing writing by Jonathan Hickman, writing these characters so well, putting them in situations that are human, but also in this amazing, crazy space, Shi'ar Empire, mutants and gods everywhere. Perfect. Perfect issue. 8.5. I freaking loved this issue. I loved the characters, like how he wrote the characters. Yeah. I mean, I just loved this book so much. There was funny moments. There was some great action in it. Ileana was so freaking good. Sam and Roberto were great. Roberto was trying to hit on what was she calling the Death Hawk or something? She's like this lady that they went and are trying to bring to the Shi'ar Empire to help, because she's going to help train the new princess to how to rule as a ruler. But she's supposedly outcast for some reason, and they're trying to sneak her in, but people don't want her to be snuck in, and that's who they meet and have a conflict with. And yeah, it is just a really, really good book. I cannot suggest enough that you guys pick this up. I really loved issues 1, 2, and 5. 3 and 4, yeah, but 3, 4, 1, 2, and 5 are amazing. Definitely pick this book up. If you guys like mutants at all, pick this book up. If you like my opinions, try it out, because it is a great, great book. Next up, we have Venom Island, or sorry, Venom number 22. This is part 2 of Venom Island. I'm actually just getting caught up this week. I read Venom this morning, or I should say this afternoon, around like 10:30, 11 o'clock this afternoon, or this morning. And so I just read that, and then I picked this book up and I read this. And these are okay. This is written by Donny Cates and art by Mark Bagley. I thought I liked Mark Bagley's art. I guess I really don't, because I was disappointed in it. But the story is okay, especially for Donny Cates. I just read Thor this week, last week, on Friday morning. And I talked about it on the live stream and gushed over it like I don't know, an embarrassing child falling in love with something for the first time. But this was okay, and so was issue 21. I don't know if he's focusing more on Thor or something, but this story was decent. It just didn't have those funny moments where Donny Cates he's so good at. It seemed very just what's the word I'm trying to think of? Just like hitting all the points to tell a story and not really going beyond that. It's just like, all right, here are the story points. We're gonna get through the stuff to get to the null. I don't know. That's my opinion. Everyone has an opinion, just like they have butts. And yeah, again, Mark Bagley's art. I thought I really enjoyed it, but I don't. I do like what's going on with Dylan Brock. What's going on with Eddie out off on this island trying to get rid of Carnage is kind of weird. There was a cool twist with Dylan in this book, which was really enjoyable. But overall, I don't know. So-so. I would give this a 6.5 out of 10. I'm definitely going to continue picking it up because I love Venom. And I love what Donny Cates is doing with Venom. But these last couple of issues just felt kind of phoned in. So I can't really recommend you guys pick these up so much. But if you are interested in what's going on with Venom and to get to Null, this big god that's coming to Earth to try to destroy it, I would definitely probably read these so you get the full context. But if you're not really interested in that, forget it. You don't need to. And definitely don't pick this up if that's the case. Alright, last book of the week. Let's wrap up this video with a good one. This is X-Force number 5. This is written by Benjamin Percy and art by Joshua Cassara. Again, another great X-Men book. Just hitting what the X-Men should be right in the head and just drilling it home. Awesome book. Super enjoyed it. We got Domino being a badass, Wolverine being amazing, Forge doing some pretty cool things. What's his name? Black Tom doing some really good stuff. And this continues. What Benjamin Percy is doing great is he's continuing doing having a full white page with text. Now some people probably hate this because it's like, oh my god, I gotta read so much, but I love reading. So a full page is gonna give me a ton of information to these characters and not waste like a full book trying to shove in all these panels to explain this. I'm okay with that. And yeah, this issue was great. And I don't love Joshua Cassara's art so much, but man, it really sold this issue for me. There's this one picture of Domino right here. That is just badass. But solid issue. I love what Benjamin Percy and also Jonathan Hickman, the people who are creating this awesome new X-Men status quo. It's really hitting home with this issue, or X-Force for me. It's just, they're doing a good job of what the aftermath would be from the humans, like in X-Men. Yeah, it's just really good. I'm not going to go ahead and explain the whole thing here. If you guys would be interested in me talking about that, let me know. Maybe I'll do a whole video on the X-Men and talking about the new status quo. I'm not an expert on that, but if you want to hear my opinions, I can let you know. But X-Force number 5 is definitely an 8 out of 10 for me. Super enjoyable. Love this issue. And I highly suggest you guys be picking up X-Force, because I think the only issue I didn't really love is X-Force number 1. Beyond that, these issues have been getting better and better and better. So definitely a great read. And that's it. 10 simple books. How far are we in? This is only 20 minutes long, and I probably stumbled at the beginning, so it might even be shorter than that. But thank you guys so much. As always, if you guys are not following me on social media will be down here. Make sure you guys are following me. I post reviews, I post interesting news articles, and I remind you guys each week on what beers we're going to be drinking on Comics and Beers. What is Comics and Beers? It's a live stream we do every Friday. And you're thinking, me and my girlfriend, Stephanie. We do a live stream every Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern. We talk about comic news. That includes comic movies, TV shows, and comics. And we drink some beers and then rate them at the end of the episode. It's pretty good. Oh, and by the way, we're doing a giveaway. That's right. Our 150 subscriber giveaway is going on right now. By the time I post this video tomorrow, you guys will probably have 1 day, a little over 1 day to enter. We're drawing the winner Friday night at 11 p.m. There's not that many entries. Maybe people are not interested in it that much, but we're giving away 6 8x10 prints of all the characters from Into the Spider-Verse. They're coming in frames and everything. We think it's a really cool gift. I should have had them pulled out, but I didn't remember to do that. So I'll make sure that the link is down in the description below to enter that giveaway. If you guys are not subscribed, consider subscribing to the channel. It helps. Every subscriber helps and gives Stephanie and I more motivation to put out more content for this channel. And make sure you guys hit that like button. If you guys hit that like button, it helps get me put into more people's feeds so we can get more views and get bigger and better stuff for you guys. And I think that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. let me know what you guys thought of this video down in the comments below. Let me know what you guys picked up. And that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.